What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the RENPHO Smart Scale that can be found for $39.99 on Amazon. This scale is not just a regular body weight scale. It can measure up to 13 different body measurements, and I'm going to list those off. But the reason I got this was mainly so I can measure my body fat percentage. It will obviously record your weight, your BMI, which is your body mass index, your body fat percentage, your fat-free body weight, subcutaneous fat percentage, visceral fat, body water percentage, skeletal muscle percentage, muscle mass, bone mass, protein percentage, BMR, and your metabolic age. It's not really a measurement, but... So for $40, I'm first off going to say that's definitely worth it, especially if you're into fitness and you want to keep track on what your measurements are in those different areas. And along with this scale, you want to be using this app that they have. It's called RENPHO, and I think I'm pronouncing this right, RENPHO, so I think it's RENPHO. But anyway, you get this cool app. So this app will show you all your previous measurements and your updated measurements when you use the scale. These are my measurements from October 2nd, 2019, so it's been a while since I've used this scale last. I've had this scale for a while now, and I've only used it a few times just because I haven't really been working out very much lately, so I haven't wanted to look at all that. But here's some of my information. I'm going to be using the scale again today and showing you guys how it works. But it'll tell you, like, right up here, it'll tell you the changes in your measurements since the last time you used the scale, which is really nice. And then there's all your different measurements. And then when you click on them, like protein, if you click on it, it'll give you a range based on your weight, your height, and your age. It'll tell you a little description on what that is, what the protein is and why it's important. And then it tells you on this scale if you're in a healthy range or not. Body fat percentage, you can see there's the scale of obesity, acceptable fitness, athletes, and essential fat. So I'm right there up towards athletes at the higher end of fitness, which I'm actually kind of surprised, but it has been a while, so I'm excited to see what I measure now because I haven't worked out in months and just been working. So it's a really nice scale, and all you have to do to get the information on your phone is, well, once you connect the scale it has Bluetooth, so once you connect the scale to your phone, you just open up the app, stand on the scale, and it will actively read your measurements. And once you're done, you can obviously get off the scale and look at your measurements. Another thing you can do here is add your physical measurements of your your neck, shoulder width, bicep, chest, hip, calf, all those things. So your body measurements. You can make different accounts, or I have my account. You can also add members right here to the account, so that's nice. So if you have family members or a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you want to add and kind of compete with, maybe you can do that and add members onto here and keep track of each other's scores. But like I said, this is mostly the only page that I use here on the app. Gives me all my information. But one thing that's nice is this trends page. It'll tell you all your trends from your previous times that you've used the scale, so it gives you these diagrams of improvement, and that's really nice to see, just to kind of put into a image of how you're really doing rather than just numbers. So that's really nice to have. It just comes in this, I'll show you the box first, I guess. Just comes in this cardboard box, just a real basic box here, and then it shows, obviously you have an LED display that displays your Bluetooth connectivity, your battery life, and your weight. And then it's rechargeable battery, which is really nice. Another thing that I was looking for, because it's kind of a pain when you have to change out the batteries and then you don't really know when the battery's low, so it could be reading inaccurately or whatever. but the max capacity for this is 396 pounds. There's some of the specifications. Battery life is supposed to last a really long time, up to a couple months without a charge, using it regularly is what they say. And obviously I haven't used it that much, but one time I didn't use it for probably I don't know, a couple months or so, and it was dead when I went to go use it, so I had to charge it. But it's just a micro USB. It comes with a cord, and you have a little instruction pamphlet just telling you kind of like how to connect it. One thing that's really nice about this is that you can connect the app that I just showed you on the phone with your other apps like Apple Health, Google Fit, or the Fitbit app. So you can link those, and that information will feed to your, your Fitbit app, your Google Fit app, or your Apple Health app. So you just have all that information in one place, which is really awesome. That's pretty much all you get in here in this box. But back to the scale here. So it's a tempered glass scale, and it does get finger and footprints really badly. I just cleaned it off. But you have to use this scale without socks if you want accurate measurements on your BMI and your body fat percentage and all those different things, the water percentage, muscle. That's all being sensed through these 4 electrodes. And so when you place your feet on here, you want to have, your left foot on the left side, right foot on the right side, and you want your feet to be in position to where it's covering both of these electrodes for each foot. So essentially you'll want your foot like that, straight as you can, just to cover up as much of that electrode as you possibly can for a more accurate reading. At the top here you have your micro USB port for charging, and then they suggest that before you use the scale for the first time that you reset it. And then just the back here, it's really simple actually. It's just like a piece of glass with like a couple pieces of technology on it. You're gonna want to be careful with it because it is glass, but it weighs, I don't know how much it weighs, maybe a couple pounds, not too bad. And it's really sleek looking, but the only thing I don't like is it gets fingerprints and footprints like crazy, which obviously don't look very good, but it really doesn't matter because you're gonna be putting your feet on it anyway. So that being said, I'm gonna take this aside and weigh myself, measure myself out, and see what it shows up on the app. Alright, so they also say that your feet should be dry when you do this, so I'm going to use it right now. I opened up the app, and I'm just going to stand on the scale, get my feet positioned correctly, and you can see it's spinning, it's working, and then on the display on the scale. So from the last time that I weighed myself, I've lost 9.6 pounds and 2.3% body fat and 1.5 BMI. Then you also get a battery indicator for the battery of the scale. And another thing is when you're using the scale, when you step on it, it'll show you your battery indicator, and when you plug it in to charge, it has a little battery that blinks red. When it's done charging, it turns green. You can see the colors just on this main screen, the colors, how these two are darker green. That's because they're in the high range. You can see just barely in the high range. Protein also in the high range. The other ones that are regular green are in the standard or average. Let's check out the trends here. Kind of all over the place. But as you can see, that was the last time I used it. This is today. So it's dropped a bit. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely would recommend this scale. It's really nice, fancy. I love that it can connect with other fitness apps, and it gives you pretty accurate measurements that I know of. Like I said before, if you want to grab yourself one of these scales, use the link that I have down in the description below from Amazon for $39.99. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.